Now, for guess and check, right, there are three main conditions that you need to look out for. It is used as a safety net. It can be used as a safety net. Try not to use it as the first line of offense to solve the problem. Okay. Now, the main key conditions that you will see that will let you think that this is a guess and check problem is that you know the total number of items. But nothing else is being said about them. Like for example, in this case, you see that you only know that he bought a total of 76 pineapples and durians, correct? So this is your total number of items. Okay, maybe I have to use typing more. Okay, yeah. Hey, thanks Rasmus for the suggestion. Give me a while first. Then the next thing you have to know, you have to be able to see is that you know the values of your items. So in this case, you see that every pineapple costs $3.50, every durian costs $8.80. So these are the values of your items, and he spent a total value of $419.17. So this is the total value. Okay. Right, so once you got this, you no need to wonder how and wonder why already. Okay, so once you got this ready, the next thing you have to do for guess and check is there is a systematic way to do this. Okay, I think I'll explain it further as I go along, why you want to do it this way. So you want to find out how many pineapples he bought and how many durians he bought. So what I'm going to do here is, let me just type out some things so that I can determine my spacing. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to use text and typing rather than to use the pen, because the pen is flickering right now. The pen causes this to flicker quite a bit. Okay, so number of pineapples and the cost of them. Okay, number of durians and the cost, then this will be the total cost, right? So okay, let me just put a few more A's over here just to show you what's happening. Okay, then if you need to include a check table, right? No, it's not Apple Pencil. Hello, Emily. Very good song. Wow, you're all very fast, eh? Okay, wait, you do assumption. Yeah, that works, okay, but just give me a while, let me explain why I'm doing it by this way. You'll see the full picture once I'm done with this session. Okay, so over here, of course you can use assumption to solve this problem. This is a relatively standard problem. It's just that the numbers here look a bit more intimidating because you have to deal with decimals and all that. But nonetheless, supposition can be used. Okay, don't write down the A's. I'm using the A's just to determine my spacing. So to solve this problem, right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go quite extreme. And I'm going to say that there are 0 pineapples at first. Okay, 0 pineapples at first, then this will be 0 over here. Then because your total number of items add up to 76, you want to say that you have 76 durians here. 76 times 880 will give you 668.80. Correct? You're all very fast. Hey. So if you add up 0 and 668.80, you end up with 668.80, $668.80. So your first guess will definitely be wrong, because if you have 0 of something, there's no way this can be true. Okay, so the idea here in guess and check is because you don't know what exact combination you have, the intention for them is to get you to adjust the numbers such that you are able to obtain the exact combination that gives you 76 pineapples and durians and a total value of $419.70. So here's what's going to happen. If you use brute force, okay, if you use brute force, all my teacher students will be like, brute force. This is what's going to happen. You have one pineapple costing you $3.50, 75 times 880 to give you $660. Okay, for completeness, I'll just put this here. Then if you add this up together, $3.50, the cost of one pineapple and the cost of 75 durians, you will obtain $663.50. Okay, it's still not going to work out. Okay, so you can write up to this line. Let me do some explanation here first. After this second line, don't write down what I'm going to write first. So here's what's going to happen. You want to keep on trying out by adjusting them in this manner. Okay, then you will see that there will be several failed attempts if you try to do it this way. Okay. Okay, there will be several failed attempts if you do it this way. But if you do it long enough, if you use brute force hard enough. Okay, but by the way, don't do this in your PSLE. Unless you really don't have a choice. Please don't do this as the first line of offense. Okay, you will see that you can eventually reach the answer of, okay, most of you have it already, so it's like 47. Eventually you will get to this point, 47 times 350, 164.50, and 76 minus 47, 29. 29 times 880 will give you 255.20. Then if you check this out, 164.5 plus 255.2, this will give you 419.70. Eventually you will get there if you use brute force hard enough. But please don't do this unless you don't have a choice. Okay, so the idea here is I want to use a little shortcut. So this relates back to patterns a little. Because you can see that every time I make a replacement or I move down one step, it changes by $5.30. Okay, so this is what I'll call a small difference. Okay, and the big difference over here is I need to get from 668.80 to 419.70. So this is what I call the big difference. Okay, 668.80 minus 419.70 will give you 249.10. Okay, everybody's best friend. Yeah, you use supposition also can. Yeah, so here you need to have 3 more items. First is the big difference. Okay, this in technical terms is okay, in technical terms it is the difference between what you first supposed versus what you actually have. Okay, but in layman terms, just try to think of it as actual total minus the first guess total. Or if your actual total is smaller than the first guess total minus the actual total. Okay, I'll try to keep it in plain English. I'm trying not to use jargon over here. So the small d over here is every step difference. Every step's difference. Every time you make one step movement over here, right, what's going to happen? What is the change that arises? Okay, step or replacement difference. In supposition, you would use replacement. The next thing you need is going to be the big D divided by small d. This is going to be the number of steps or the number of replacements. Right? Yeah, man. So once you've obtained this already, in order to solve this in 3 steps, I mentioned that I will solve this in 3 steps, right? The idea here is you don't really need all this actually. You can just straight away find the big D divided by small d. Okay, if the big D here is okay, I'll just take 249.10 divided by $5.30. Then this will give you 249.10 divided by 530, 47. So this means that you need to move 47 steps down from the first row. You all see that? Should I copy all this? Preferably yes, because the more you write down, as you write down, somehow or rather your brain registers it better. Okay, so when you move down 47 steps from the first row, let's observe what happens first. For the pineapples, right, every time you move down 1 step, what happens? The number of pineapples increase by 1. The number of pineapples increases by 1. Okay, then the number of durians decreases by 1. So when you move down 47 steps from the first row, your number of pineapples is going to increase by 47, and your number of durians is going to decrease by 47. So you can see that by doing this, I straight away answered both part A and B. Okay, so this will be correct. Okay, if you got it, please spam the like button. Let me play another song for you. Okay, very good everyone. Wow, there's like a lot of you who are very fast. Hardif, Keshav, Emily, Paley, Ian, Melvin, Lina, Mikey, Joan, Yinqi. Let me be the DJ for tonight. Okay, everyone I think should know this song, especially the parents also. Gonna get copyright strike on YouTube, but I don't really care. I'm not monetizing those videos anyway. Okay, you all got that? Okay, so this is how you solve the guess and check within 3 steps. Okay, you look for this pattern over here. And if you're not sure of the more advanced versions, just stick to this. Okay? Your parents guarantee, I guarantee you they know this song because they were also growing up in the internet age where this is very, very common. You click on a link to a video you want to see and they give you this rickroll over here. Okay, so let's go on to number 2. So I said that guess and check can be used as a last resort. Now in certain cases like this, it is more advisable for you to either use the more traditional one is more on grouping or number times value equals to total value. Okay, but for this question I will demonstrate to you how to use guess and check to solve this as a backup plan. Okay, I'm not saying that this should be used as the first line of offense. Okay, in case my mom is like, why are you playing Rick Astley? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, anyway, yeah. Hey, in a bag there were red bean bags and blue bean bags. Okay, please cancel this. There were 17 more red bean bags than blue bean bags. So you see here, this isn't exactly describing the total number of items. This describes the relation between the both of them. Every red bean bag weighed 174 grams and every blue bean bag weighed 332 grams. This describes the values of the items. Okay, stop spamming the lyrics. Hey, please stop spamming the lyrics. Hey, let others concentrate first. The total weight of the bean bags is 17.632 kg. So you want to, long story short, convert this to 17632 grams first. Okay, this would be the total value. How many red bean bags were there? Okay, so to solve this, to deal with this, let me just draw my table first. Red got 174 grams, blue got 332 grams, then this would be the total mass. This is number of red bean bags, then this is the mass. Okay, this is number of blue bean bags, this is the mass. Then after that, the total mass that you want to hit is 17,632 grams. Okay, so let me just draw my spacing first. Okay, then for those purists, where's your check column? Here's the check column. Okay. Never gonna give you up. Is this guess and check or model drawing? Guess and check. Okay, you all draw out first. You all draw out first. Give you all some time. No. But actually, the Rick Astley's lyrics, right, should be used as the politician's campaign song. Okay, so you see, once you got this, hey, stop posting the lyrics. Okay, I'll mute you all first. Let me see if I can mute you all. Hey, don't spam already. Let others concentrate. Okay, so first things first, how do we define this relation now? Because the number of items is it's not the total number of items, it is a more than or less than relation. Okay, so to deal with this, right, you want to say that if, let's say, you have got no blue bean bags, you are going to have 17 more red bean bags. Okay? So 17 times 174 will give you 2,958 grams over here. Okay, then if you got no blue bean bags, of course you got no mass coming from it. And the total mass here will be 2958 plus 0 to give you 2958. So this one no need to check, this one confirm wrong. Because it's not possible for you to have 0 blue bean bags, you see. Okay. Then the next one is gonna be, what is the smallest increase that I can make? Okay, the smallest increase that can be made here is that I put in one blue bean bag. Then my number of red bean bags is always 17 more than my number of blue bean bags, so I have to plus 17 to that. So 17, 18 times 200, 174 will give you 3,132. When you have one blue bean bag, this makes things easy. You are going to have 332 grams worth. So the total mass here would be 3,132 plus 332. So that will give you 3,464 grams of mass. Okay, quiet down. Okay, it's no longer funny, it's getting irritating. Okay, have some consideration for others. So here you need to find the big difference and the small difference. So here's the small difference, here's the big difference. The big difference here is your actual total value minus your supposed mass of 2,958. So this will give you 14,674. Then the small d over here is going to be 3,464 minus 2,958. Every time you increase your number of blue bean bags by 1, you will affect the number of red bean bags. You will also increase the number of red bean bags by 1. So when you make this change, right, what's going to happen? There will be an increase of 506 grams over here. You all see that? So this big D here is 14674 506. So how can you visualize this? You just imagine you're on the highway. Okay, you might find like that. And right now you are at the 2958 meter mark. You want to get to the 17,632. So this entire distance that you have over here is 14,674. And every step you take, that reminds me of another song. Every step you take, you increase your distance, you cover a distance of 506. So the next question here is, the next question here is, how many of these steps must you take? How many of these steps must you take? You have to take big D divided by small d already. Okay, 14,674 divided by 506. So that will give you 29. You need to move you need to move 29 steps down from the first row. So when this happens, see, every time you increase your number of every time you move down one step, you increase your number of each of those beats by each of those beanbags by 1. So when you move down 29 steps, you would have 46 red ones over here. Then you can check your answer also. 46 times 174 will give you 8,004. You move down 29 steps from the first row, you will have 29 blue beanbags. 29 times 332 will give you 9628. Then if you add them up together, 8,004 plus 9,628, this will give you 17,632. So you see that this is correct. Okay, the reason why I'm playing all that music and all that is to lighten up your mood. I know a lot of you are very uptight. Okay, but also try to not go overboard and disturb others also, alright? Yeah, that's my rationale. So anyway, to answer this, there are 46 red beanbags. Hey, try not to go overboard. I am more concerned about your mental well-being and all that. Okay? Okay, y'all do first. I try to find the other one. This one. Wait. 47. No, it should be 46. Okay, why? You see, you plus 29 from here. Okay? Notorious, they got to know that. Okay, got it. Ain't always what it seemed to be. Words can't express what you mean to me. Even though you're gone, we still a team. Through your family, I'll fulfill your dreams. In the future, can't wait to see if you open up the gates for me. Reminisce sometime. The night they took my friend. Try to black it out, but it plays again. Yeah. When it's real feelings hard to conceal. What is this music? Imagine all the pain I feel. Give anything to hear half your breath. I know you're still living your life after death. No, it's not Dance Monkey. Okay, got it. Wait, what is that? Okay, wait. Let me. Okay, you all listen first. Let me restart the PDF. Something went wrong. Okay. So let's go on to number 3. It sounds very weird. Maybe you're not used to it. Okay, this is where it starts to get more interesting. Now, when you use supposition for this, you have to be very careful because the question structure has changed. It is no longer your, it is no longer the standard supposition kind of question. So, to deal with this, right, you see that there were 25 baskets of durians and dragon fruits. So this is the total number of items. Okay, each basket of dragon fruit weighed 13 kg and each basket of durians weighed 20 kg. So these are the values. And now you have to be very, very careful. I'm going to use rate for this just for it to stand out. The number of the durians weighed 269 kg, more than all the dragon fruits. Okay, to be more specific, it's the basket of durians weight, all the baskets of durians weight 269 kg more than all the baskets of dragon fruits. But you get the idea. So this is the difference in total value. Okay, very, very different now. So there must have been more durians than dragon. Okay, it's difficult to tell exactly, but to deal with this, right? Okay, let's just draw the table first. We got durians. Okay, durians mass is 20. Dragon fruits mass is 13. The difference in total mass. Okay, number of baskets. This is your mass in kg. Number dragons. Those with OCD want to come after me. Why got dragons? Okay. So now there's this part that you have to be very particular about. Okay. You're looking for 269 kg. So why is this red line really important? Because the durians weighed 269 kg more than the dragon fruits. This has to be obtained by taking the durian mass and subtracting off the dragon fruit's mass. Okay, very, very careful. There must be more durians than dragon fruits. Okay, I would say that starting out, when you first start out dealing with this problem, you have to assume that you have more durians than dragon fruits. So here, your first number should be 25 and this should be 0. Now the key idea here is this. In order for you, for the durians to weigh more than the dragon fruits, right? We suppose that all are durians first, in order to ensure that durian mass minus dragon fruit mass is positive. Okay, maybe you don't need to write this down, but this is the reasoning, and I'm doing my own subtitles. Okay, so once you got this right, okay, now let me just check my spacing first. Yeah, don't call each other names over here. Okay, so you all draw this up first. Gonna take some time, so I'll blast the song first.
It's kinda hard with you not around. Know you in heaven.
Best day of my life.
Watching us while we pray for you. Every day we pray for you. Till the day we meet again.
Okay, you all draw
In
first.
my heart is where I keep you, friend. Memories give me the strength I need to proceed. Strength I need to believe. My thoughts big, I just can't define. Wish I could turn back the hands of time. Us in the six, shop for new clothes and kicks. You and me taking flicks, making hits, stages they receive you on. Still can't believe you're gone. Give anything to hear half your breath.
Okay, so once you're done, let's start with this. Now for the durian's mass, this is 50. Dragon fruit mass will be 0. So when you take the differences, no, it's not 50, this one is 500. So if 500 minus 0 will give you 500 over here. So the first guess is confirmed wrong one, because you must have at least one, or you must have at least one or two dragon fruit baskets inside here. Because the thing is, if they say that you have a few of them, like if due to this plural stuff, you're gonna have at least more than one of it. Okay, so anyway, for the durian's mass, if you remove one, you have 480 here. Then, in order for you to obtain a total number of 25 durians and dragon fruits, you want to put one basket of dragon fruits inside here. This will be 13. So you notice for this, I actually write out this statement over here. I actually type out this statement over here. The reason for this is I want to emphasize that the difference in the mass, right, is going to decrease by a lot. It's not your typical addition for this. Okay, it's not your typical addition. So here for the check, this is not going to be correct because you're looking for 269. So once you have this already, right, again, same trick. You want to find out the small d, find out the big D. Okay, the small d here is, big D here is going to be, a big difference is going to be 500 minus 269. What you supposed versus the actual difference. So this will give you 231. The small d, every time you take out one basket of durians and you put in one basket of dragon fruit, the difference is going to change by 33. In this specific case, it's going to decrease by 33. So your big D divided by small d here, it will be 231 divided by 33 to give you 7. So you have to understand what the big D divided by small d represent. It means that you need to move 7 steps down from the first row. Okay, some students, what they do is they take the 7 and they add it from the second row. That's why I have to emphasize and nag on this. Okay? Okay, Elaine, if there's more courteous ways of asking people to keep quiet. Okay? So, if you move down 7 steps from the first row, then this would decrease by 7. You end up with 360 here. You have 7 dragon fruit mass. 7 times 13 gives you 91. 360 minus 91 will give you 269. So you know that this is definitely correct already. The combination works. So to answer that question, how many baskets of dragon fruits were there? This one will be 7. Okay. Tonight is what? Retro night or what? How come I'm blasting all the old songs? Okay.
When the night has come and the land is dark,
Okay, yeah, Peggy, Elaine, Joan,
is the only
Emily.
I will see.
Okay,
No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I
Sherry Ann,
won't be afraid.
all of Veron, GM, Serene, Melvin,
As you stand
Hardith,
by.
Karine, Dana. Yeah, you all got it
So
correct.
darling,
Okay.
darling, stand by me.
Are there other ways to solve this question 3? Yes.
By me.
2 other alternatives.
Oh,
Okay, I won't go through the whole working.
stand by me. Stand by me.
The first one is supposition,
If the sky that we look upon
and the second one is going to be number value, total value.
and fall, or the mountain should crumble
Okay?
to the sea. I won't
Ah.
cry, I won't cry. No,
What song is this? Ask your parents, they will definitely know.
shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me.
Okay?
And darling, darling, stand by.
Okay, so let's go on to the next one really. Grouping, can it be used? I haven't thought of that line. Grouping for this particular problem. Yeah, I haven't thought of it. So I can't give you a definite answer on it. Yeah. Okay, number 4. Isabel. Saved 2 coins in her new piggy bank every day. Each coin was either a 20-cent coin or a 50-cent coin. Her father also helped by putting in a $1 coin in her piggy bank every 7 days. The total amount of money in the piggy bank after 196 days was $137.90. So how many coins were there in the piggy bank altogether? How many of those coins were 20-cent coins? So you notice that I haven't really said anything over here, maybe except for this, your values. Okay, so why did I refrain from jotting down any information? So there's this growing trend that I observe. Part A, the answer from part A may mislead you in solving part B. Okay, there's this trend that I observed in the recent PSLEs. Okay, so why do I say that? You see part A and part B, and then you understand better why I said this. Now for part A, right, how many coins were there in the piggy bank altogether? This one is rather straightforward. From Isabel herself, there was good. Okay, after 196 days, every day you put in 2 coins, you will get 196 times 2, 392 coins from herself. From her father, the father will put in 1 coin every 7 days, one $1 coin every 7 days. Okay, so that will give you 28. And if you add them up together, 28 plus 392, This will give you a total of 420 coins. No, preferably I would want you to understand. But okay, Keshav, preferably I would prefer that you understand. The big D, small d derivation, no, it's not, no, don't memorize it. You check back the replay on example 2. Okay? Check back on the replay on example 2. This analogy that I gave just now. Okay. So, over here for part A, you have got 420 coins. Correct? Now, if you're going to do supposition for this, you will need to filter out a lot of information first. Okay, and this is where it gets misleading. If you try to do supposition after you've just done part A, you may be misled to think that total number of coins is 420. The values are 20-cent coins and 50-cent coins only. And the total value here is 137.90. But you all forget that there's still those $1 coins, those 28 $1 coins that the dad gave her. Okay, you all forget about this, and if you forget about this, you end up getting this wrong. Okay, so to circumvent this, we can use guess and check for this by putting the $1 in. Okay, so let's see how this can be done. Of course, there's another way you can do it. You can filter out and tidy up the information first. Look at it. Okay, yeah, number. Wow, why can't I move this? Okay, so you have your 20-cent coins. The value of the 20-cent coins will be 20 cents. Okay, then this will be your $1 coins. Then this is your total value, which you want to hit 137.90. Number here, value here, number, value, number, value. Okay. Okay, so here now okay, wait. Yeah, there's also $1 coins. Yeah, there's $1 coins here. Okay, so here for part A, so you see for the $1 coins, right, you have a fixed amount. At every point, this 28 $1 coins will always be with them. Wait, it's gonna be a bit difficult for me to do this by table. I'm gonna give it a shot. So once you got this ready, your total number of coins will be this. Between the three of them. Okay, so to find out how many were 20-cent coins, you say that there were no 20-cent coins first. Then you are not going to have any money coming from there. 420 50-cent coins will give you 420 times 0.5, $210. So if you add up everything over here, you end up with $238. Alright, so this will be confirm wrong one, because you must have some, at least one 20-cent coin. Okay, yeah. Okay, wait. A lot of you got the answer already, so fast. Give me a while. So now this will be 1. If this is 1, the smallest replacement you can make is what? You take out one 50-cent coin and you put in one 20-cent coin. So by doing this, the total value that you will get will be 237.70. This will still be wrong. So the last one over here is, remember, big D, small d. Find out the big D, find out the small d first. Okay, big D will be 238.00 minus 137.90. So this will give you 100.10. The small d here will be 238.00 minus 237.70 to give you 30 cents. So the big D divided by small d here wait, am I missing out something? Wait up. Then if you don't know, if you know that the first one is wrong, then why you do? No lah, you still have to solve for part A ma. Right, wait, let me check something. Did I press something wrongly? Oh, no. Okay, here, this one should be 392. This one should be 392. And this one is going to be 391. Okay, so 392 times 0.5 gives you 196. Keyboard thing is... The total number of 10-cent and 50-cent coins would be 391. 391 plus 1. So this would give you 5.50. Press N ready, then this would be 195.5 plus 0.2 plus 28. give you 223.70. So this would be 24 minus this amount is 6.10 224.00 minus 223.70 to give you 0.30. So the big D divided by small d will be 86.10 divided by 0.30. Okay, that will give you 287. So long story short, you will end up with, yeah, sorry about that. Zena, you're correct. Sorry about that. 287 times 0.2, that will give you 57.40. Then over here you have 392 minus 287. 105 times 0.5. Then you can check this out. Okay. Yeah, 57.4 plus 52.5 plus 28. Does it give you the same amount? Yes. Yeah. So it will give you 137.90. You need to move 287 steps down. Yeah, 50 cents should have been 392. Okay, if you do it by supposition, you have to be aware of your total value, the total number is going to be 392. The values of the coins will be 20 cents and 50-cent coins. Okay. Then the last one is the total value. Over here, if you want to deal with it, it has to be 137.90. Remove the 28 $1 coins. Then you can take this and do a standard supposition with it. Okay? So that's why I say the answer from